Chair and Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Bill Hickman. I work for the Surfrider Foundation, but am mainly speaking today as a Ventura resident who visits Surfers Point on a regular basis. I was just down there this morning. Surfers Point is a very special place near the downtown core of Ventura that is hugely popular with locals and visitors alike. People are always there, walking, biking, surfing, or just enjoying the beach. The continued erosion is an eyesore and also a hazard that needs to be fixed as soon as possible. So I really appreciate this project. The one item that stood out to me in the staff report was already mentioned, the inclusion of a new asphalt parking lot. It seems kind of contrary to the general concept of managed retreat, in my opinion. I know there's been issues with the permeable pavement, but I also wonder if the drainage issues could be resolved without more asphalt. So I really appreciate Commissioners Luce, Gold, O'Malley, and Wilson asking about this. Thank you very much for diving a little deeper on that. And regarding the Surfrider Foundation, the Ventura County chapter has hosted over 100 beach cleanups at Surfers Point. We have over a dozen outdoor ash cans installed nearby to help reduce cigarette butt litter. And Surfrider volunteers conduct ocean water quality monitoring from October through March when the County of Ventura dials back their water testing. And this is all in addition to the thousands of hours that Surfrider volunteers have dedicated to the seeding, planting, weeding, and maintenance of the dunes for phase 1 of the Surfers Point Managed Retreat project. So I'm sure Surfrider is going to be there for the future. We're going to continue to help with the protection and maintenance of Surfers Point for years to come in various ways. So I really appreciate soft solutions like this instead of having increased armoring for shoreline management. So please continue to support projects like this. Thank you for your time.
Final speaker is Paul Jenkin. Paul Jenkin, it is now your turn to speak. You may unmute yourself.
Yes, hi, good afternoon, Commissioners. I believe I have a presentation. Can you see and hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, if you have, okay, great. Yeah, just by way of introduction, my name is Paul Jenkin. I'm the Ventura campaign coordinator for the Surfrider Foundation. I have been working on this project since 1995 and dedicated the majority of my adult life to this project and the removal of Matilaha Dam upstream. Go ahead to the next slide, please. I wanted to be able to provide some overview of this for the commissioners not familiar with the area. You can see here, this is the aerial image is taken right from the Ventura River mouth. Looking down the Ventura River Delta, the beach in question is a river delta. As such, it is one of the more dynamic landforms on the planet. You can see here in the foreground the area where we retreated and the parking lots in question back behind there. I share the commissioner's concerns with the parking lots. The initial construction of phase 1 had major problems with runoff and parking, and I'm not convinced that the design is adequate. If you look at that round red circle, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Go ahead. This is an aerial picture from 1996, and that's the area that was in the foreground. That's the retreat zone. You can see the emergency revetment that was placed there, the stop work order by the Coastal Commission. That remained in place for over almost 20 years before it was ever removed, and that's what happens when we dump emergency rocks on the beach. Go to the next slide. The red circle there is the remnants of that revetment. There are still rocks on the beach. This was an extreme event that we had in 2015 with that El Nino, and you can see the runoff was well absorbed by the dunes in the foreground, although they did flush all the way back to the back in that recreation area that you can see in the back there. Go ahead to the next slide. Same day, this is what was happening in what is now the phase 2 area. You can see how waves are actually overtopping the bike path and going into the parking lot. Go to the next slide. This is what it looks like out there today. You can see the curbs and concrete. There's pipes. There's all kinds of junk out on the beach there. This is a hazard, and this is a danger to the community and also an eyesore to anybody who wants to visit our beautiful beaches in Ventura. Go to the next slide. So once again here, the red circle shows that concrete on the beach, and the other red circle is actually, there's a bunch of boulders on the beach that were from the Cobble Nourishment Project that your commission approved back in the early 90s. I would like to make sure that all of this debris is removed from the beach with the implementation of phase 2. Go to the next slide. So here's the aerial. You can see that it's still a fairly narrow retreat zone there. Go to the next slide. Oh, I'm going to run out of time. Problems with the runoff. Permit consistency. Very poor follow-up with the commission on. Thank you.